my name is Jacqueline Maglonzo and I graduated from the Guam Community College in the spring of 2018 with my associate's degree in visual communications. So why did I choose Viscom? Well, I've always been an artist since I was a little kid, so I've always been naturally drawn to anything creative. I attended Marianas High School in Saipan where I tried out theater marketing during my senior year, and from there I was first introduced to Photoshop where I designed posters and tickets. So after that experience, I kind of felt like I had a knack for graphic design. So when I learned about Viscom at GCC, I really had that moment where I thought, this sounds like a really fun career I'd like to get into. And so I ended up flying all the way out here to Guam to get started on my new path. So what did I learn in Viscom? Well, first of all, I definitely found myself learning even more about graphic design. I even learned, and I am still learning, more about photography, video, and marketing. I think the best part is getting to learn how to use so many new tools to bring my art to life, which includes the first, Adobe Illustrator, where we learn how to create vectors and icons using the pen tool to create logos, and most importantly, design ads. It's currently my #1 favorite program that I use every day as a graphic designer. The second thing we learned is how to use the various tools in Adobe Photoshop to also create flyers and edit images. In my photography and video courses, I learned how to use a camera and finally understand its settings, how to put together videos on Final Cut Pro, and so much more. Lastly, I learned about marketing, advertising, and social media marketing, which were really fun, and I am so grateful that I was able to have taken those courses because it really helped me start seeing the world at a marketing perspective, and it is also basically what I do now in my career. In marketing, I learned that traditional and digital advertising are everywhere in our everyday lives, and so are the many job opportunities. You'll find that in no matter what industry you're in, there will always be people seeking these valuable skills that we learned in Viscom. How am I applying what I learned at my current job? Well, first of all, I've definitely been using Illustrator, Photoshop, Final Cut Pro, and social media marketing every day in my position as a creative designer in the auto industry. I have several advice for students. So if you are a student who wants to let out their creative side, but their parents are not very supportive of the idea, trust me, I get it. But I say, do what your heart tells you to. Think about it. 10 or 20 years from now, do you want to be stuck going to a job you dread every single day because it's what your parents told you to study? Or would you rather be able to do what you love and actually make a career out of it? Fun fact, I actually had civil engineering as my major during my first semester at GCC because it was what my dad had initially suggested that I study, but I ended up switching to Viscom. Also, if you are a student feeling intimidated by all these programs that I mentioned earlier, don't worry, I only slightly knew how to use Adobe Photoshop when I first started. But that is why you will have the guidance of all these amazing instructors at GCC. So, take it one step at a time, and remember, learning never stops. And even myself, I am still learning to continue to grow my skills as a designer. You can do it. Like my favorite saying goes, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. My last advice, I promise it's the last one, bonus. Make sure you get some wrist support for your keyboard and your mouse, as well as cushions for your chair. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Once again, my name is Jacqueline Maglonzo and I am a graduate from the Guam Community College with an associate's degree in visual communications. Thank you and see you next time!